Welcome back to the channel, man. So I've had this stuff sitting for a little time now. It's time to go ahead and get this stuff installed. So as you guys know, this is my 2005 Chevy Silverado. This thing was in pretty rough shape whenever we first got it, dude. We did a lot of cleaning to it. I've done a little bit of body work and some paint. Far from done, but it's in much better condition now than what it was whenever we first received it. But one big thing that this truck most certainly still needs is a stereo. I haven't had a stereo in this truck through the entirety of me owning this thing. All right, so for starters, I got the installation kit and I got a wiring harness. These are supposed to be for my truck. I ordered this stuff off of Amazon and I've already had it sitting here probably for 2 or 3 weeks. So hopefully it's correct. If not, I'm not gonna get my money back. We've also got a little box right here that this is going to be the final touch, the finishing touch. Anyhow, this ginormous beast of a radio right here, they call it the X10 powerful floating head unit. This is from ATOTO. Oh, it's probably ATOTO. I don't know. I've gotten some products from this company before that I've been satisfied with. I couldn't tell you what they were right now because I honestly don't remember, but I know I've gotten their stuff before and it's always been a good experience. Oh, look at that. Do you know what those are? Those are screen protectors. Yeah, the screen's that big. All right, first thing inside of the box here. Oh, dude, there's a lot of wires here. So I think this also has a reverse camera that you're able to hook up. That's a GPS antenna. Whenever you think something's gonna be a quick and easy install, you know? Though realistically, it shouldn't be bad. We just gotta run wires all over the truck. The hardest part is gonna be tearing the paneling all apart and stuff. What is this? Is this our camera? No. Oh, that looks like a mic. That is our camera. That looks like it goes on the front though. Yeah, that's another camera. So we have 2 cameras. That looks like that goes in the front window. And this is probably gonna be the rear backup camera. That's all the little stuff that you're not gonna see once this thing's installed. Oh, crap. At least that wasn't the radio. But what you are gonna see, and it's gonna be extremely hard to miss, is that ginormous screen, dude. This is a 10-inch. I think it's a 10-inch, or is it a 12-inch? That thing is ginormous, bro. We're basically turning our Silverado into a Tesla right now, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I have to say, I think that this is the largest screen that you're gonna be able to put inside of your vehicle for under $500, by the way. Dude, I used to, in my old Suburban years ago, I used to have one of those decks that the screen comes out and it folds up. It's all automatic and stuff when it comes on and stuff. Dude, I think I paid like $800-900 for that long ago. You know what I mean? And the fact that you are capable of getting something like this monstrosity nowadays for under $500 is just freaking mind-blowing. First things first is we need to see if our little pigtail is going to actually plug in inside of here. Oh man, giant problems right off the bat. Whoever put a stereo in this last, they cut the factory connector off, which is a big no-no. You don't ever cut your factory connector off. Oh, thank you, oh factory harness cutter. You cost me my entire night. I appreciate you. So it is now the next day. I accomplished this. So I got all the wiring basically done to go to the stereo itself. Unfortunately, I had to connect the stereo harness directly to the truck wiring, but it is what it is, man. Like, if I ever have to swap this out in the future, which I doubt I'm gonna have to, because I really liked it. Dude, I mean, what upgrade can you really do from the size of this screen? Anyhow, moving on. So, I got the dash kit all assembled last night, in which it fits great. It fits in the truck great, but it does not fit this great. So, this is what we need to fit in there. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does not fit. And if you're thinking to yourself to put it in from the back, pause, or that's what she said, I don't know. It doesn't fit from the back either. No matter what, it doesn't fit. I need to set this up here, and what I'm gonna do is actually mark how much I'm gonna have to trim off. And then, you know what? You guessed it, we're gonna trim it off. Alright, give you guys an update, man. I have been working on this for quite some time now, running wires and whatnot. I went ahead and I removed my entire headliner. Well, my headliner, and I removed all these plastics. Mainly because just to make it easier, for one, to run all my wires and everything. We have a lot of stuff to route, literally all over the truck. And for two, I haven't shown you guys this yet because honestly, it's not complete. But the interior, I know some people have seen it in videos. The interior in the truck has gotten a refresh, and there's a lot of stuff in here that needs to get caught up to the seats, you know what I mean? So a lot of these plastics and stuff, I'm wanting to change the color of them. So I figured, you know what, while I'm tearing this all apart, I may as well just tear it all apart and kind of leave the stuff out because I need to go and pick up paint. I'm gonna get these seats matched, and I want to, I'm basically gonna do a complete color change on this truck. Coming soon, so just be patient with me. I'll get the progress done, and then I'll of course make a video on it. I already have a lot of footage on it saved, so I'm trying to get it to a point to where it's done and I can put it all together as one video, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, also the headliner, this was not easy to get out of the truck, let me tell you what. But the headliner it's not in terrible shape, it's just the fabric is coming off, you know what I mean? It's not like extremely dirty or anything, and it didn't look terrible. It's just the fabric is all loose and everything. So I want to redo the headliner. Funny story, whenever I was getting the seats reupholstered, the company that did the installation, I asked them how much to do the headliner, and it was going to be starting at $800. I was like, oof, I'll do that myself. Anyhow, it is kind of dark in here. I have removed all my freaking lights. I'm going to put all that stuff back for temporary until we do get the headliner done. But I'm using my camera light to kind of see inside of here as a flashlight. Anyhow, this is the antenna. This plug right here, there's an antenna that is stuck on the back of this thing. That's for the Wi-Fi. And then there's also wires that are running through, up around, and then up here, and then bow. I put my antenna right there. I believe that's for Wi-Fi, for internet and whatnot, and GPS. And then this is the mic right here. It's actually a pretty cool looking mic, dude. A lot of these mics that comes with these radios are pretty ugly. I know this looks a little cluttered, but honestly, once I get the headliner and all the panels in and stuff, it's not going to look terrible. I think the mic is going to be best centered with the driver, and I want to keep it off of the dash. I can't stand having little stuff like that whenever you're like taking your dash off to maybe add lights or something in the future, who knows, and you have little stuff like that that's kind of in the way. I like how easy this dash comes apart, and I don't want to make it more difficult. So I decided to put the mic up there, and then the antenna I put right here, because honestly I was going to put this on the back window, but the cord wasn't long enough. I only made it about halfway through the back door. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's gonna have to go on the front. But anyhow, that stuff is mounted and it's all routed down here. And then I have a wire going up here, and don't mind the tape. I realized that all this wiring was glued on top of the headliner. So I had to unglue it, and now I have it taped for temporary. Anyhow, this wire is running down, and over here underneath the mirror, that is the front camera. And then I ran the wire for the rear camera down this way. I drilled a hole with a grommet. I'm gonna silicone this shut, and then I got to get underneath there. I have a bunch of wire. This has to go to the reverse camera, and that white wire is gonna hook up to the reverse lights so that it knows whenever it's in reverse. But I got to get underneath the vehicle and run that inside of the frame back there. Mosquito repellent. Good Lord, they're bad right now. So I decided to take my gauge cluster apart really quick, because there was just a bunch of dust in there that's been driving me nuts. I haven't been able to get out. So while I have it off, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna crack this thing open, which was actually a lot easier than what I was expecting. We are on our last week for the Mustang giveaway. Definitely running out of time. Anything and everything on the website gets you entered. Every $5 you spend is one entry. Wow! We have finally crossed the threshold of 100 entries. 108 people have entered for the Mustang giveaway. Huge shout out to you guys. I appreciate the support. Just to give you a little bit of an understanding, over 400 people entered for the EP3, so you have really good odds. Every tiny little bit of profit that we make off of this car is going to be going straight towards us building a shop in the backyard to offer you guys better quality content. We're going to be drawing a winner for this thing Halloween night, live, right here on the channel. So don't miss out for it. Like I said, you got really good odds and time is running out. All right, only thing that I have left that I need to do is mount the rear camera. So I was leaning towards mounting it right here. I thought that that'd be cool, be up a little bit higher. That wouldn't be in the way of the handle at all. But the only problem that I'm really faced with, so the wiring would have to go into the tailgate, and then a wire has to come back out of the tailgate, go over to the reverse light. And then on top of that, you guys know, these tailgates are able to be just removed quickly. Like you just unclip, and then like pull your tailgate up. I don't want to lose that ability of having a wire running through it. And then also, I need to paint my tailgate still. Whenever I do get around to painting it, we have to undo the camera and pull the wiring out and all that kind of stuff. So I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to do what everybody else does. I'm just going to mount it right here above the license plate. Besides, that's a little bit more in line with the hitch as well. I think this thing's going to help tremendously in hooking up the trailer. So I don't really have any room for mounting that. I'd have to screw it directly through my license plate. So instead of that, I made a little bracket really quick that's going to bolt up in behind the license plate, and then the camera will mount above it. And I've already checked for clearance. That clears the tailgate when it's down. So yeah, I'm just gonna clean this thing up, probably spray it black really quick, and then get the camera mounted, and then that'll be it. All right, dude, this stereo is done, and oh my God, look at this. It barely fits inside of here. Oh, this is crazy. So I had to position it exactly like this. I can't have it. So if you didn't know, obviously I haven't said it yet, but it's completely adjustable on the back. So you could slide this up and down, side to side. It retracts in and out, and then it also tilts forward and up. There's a lot of positions you can put it in, and there's screws that you put in on the back in order to tighten it and fix it into a position. But right here is just about the only place I can have it to where my gear shifter is not touching it. That is 100% not touching. Almost, but and then I left the screws loose for tilting it left and right, so that whenever I am in drive, I'm capable of tilting it a little bit this direction. That's about all I get because I have it all the way in. But then, so the passenger can see it a little bit better. But anyhow, and then I put it up, and then it will touch the screen. I gotta tilt it back. But yeah, dude, everything's hooked up. I've already hooked this up to my Wi-Fi here at the house. I'd assume out on the road I can just hook it up to the hotspot on my phone. But you do have the ability that you can put a SIM card in this and actually get your own service on it. But it's got, dude, just about everything. I've been sitting there going through it. It's got YouTube and, whoa, wow. What the hell, bro? I am not logged in. So the only thing you can see, the only thing that I have searched on here, when can chicks go outside and coop? That must have been Jessica. And then fishing. That's the only things I have searched. That is funny. Anyhow, I'm not logged in, so of course it's gonna get ads. I actually have YouTube Red, so I don't have to deal with ads. If you guys don't have YouTube Red, I highly recommend it. Anyhow, bang bang, baby. Watching YouTube. Okay, back home. Of course, you got GPS. Oh look, it does the same thing my phone does. It drops the YouTube screen down here. ATOTO. Look at that, GPS, baby. That is freaking sick. Jessica and I was actually sitting out here because this is actual Google Maps. So you can drop a pin and you can go to Street View. You can actually see street views of places. It's just like on your phone, bro, or on your computer at home. Going to here, you got so many apps. Oh, watch this. Reverse. Bow. Big old reverse cam, baby. And look at that. Look at that hitch ball right there. That's gonna make it so much easier for hooking up to the trailer. All right, back in the park. And there was a wire that I had to hook up to the reverse light back there, so that whenever you do shift into reverse, it automatically does that. And of course, you can turn that off in the settings and stuff if you don't want it. I don't know why you wouldn't. Look, we even got Google right here. Go on Google and search some stuff. I am not logged in. So back. Come on, back. What else do we got? Oh, of course, there's also a front camera that we mounted up here. I noticed the front camera is a little, you know, it doesn't like the LED lighting out here, but you could also adjust the front camera. It's got a little thing right here on the back to where you can turn the camera up and down, which is pretty cool. And you can record with both of them. You can record the same as you would like a dash cam, you know. You can record, and then you also have a couple USB ports over here that you can put a thumb drive. One of them, I think, is a thumb drive for storing data, like whenever you're recording, and the other one is if you want to upload stuff to this. I think, I don't know, I haven't really looked too much into that. But yeah, dude, CarPlay, of course, Sirius XM. Oh, check this out, Netflix, which another thing, I have not logged in yet, so, but I'm most certainly gonna log into my Netflix on here. Dude, this is chill, bro. This is sick. I ain't gonna lie, I'm actually really stoked about this. So this is just a one step in the direction of getting this truck done. There's a lot of work still to do to this truck. As you guys can see, I left my headliner out because, like I mentioned earlier in the video, the headliner is shot, and I need to redo it. And a lot of the plastics I left out because I am going to be color matching the plastics to my new interior color, which is just a little bit of a darker brown. So we're going to be doing that with all of these plastics. And of course, I got to get the headliner done. And I went ahead and I put my rear view, my sun visors back in because I cannot stand driving without sun visors. But I will have to figure out how to rewrap these also, or paint them or something. I don't know. But yeah, dude, the interior needs a lot of work. We have a lot to do to the outside of the truck still. But that's not the last thing that I'm putting on in this video, man. We have one more thing. And that is in this little box that I mentioned is going to be the final touch. So this truck has LEDs absolutely everywhere. These markers on the doors. All of the interior lighting is all LED. So whenever you approach the truck and you unlock it, the inside lights up all LED. That one's not working right now for whatever reason. I just had the entire headliner out, so I probably didn't plug it in all the way. But yeah, dude, the reverse lights come on, the tail lights, headlights, everything on this truck is LED except for these ugly things right here. That little yellow guy. So this is what's in there right now, is one of those, you know, old school halogen bulbs. And it's like this entire housing, man. I pulled this out one day trying to see if I had LEDs here to swap it out, and I didn't. So got on Amazon, I found this, and I believe, let me check again before I say anything. Yeah, this replaces the whole entire thing. So now, instead of our wires in there plugging into this, now the wires will plug into this, and it actually clips in the same way that this thing clipped in. So it's got a whole new lens and everything. And look at that big old LED board in there, bro. That's probably gonna be pretty bright. I'm excited about that. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's working. I said in the last video that we put LEDs on, that finally the whole entire truck is LED. I think is when we did the taillights. And then I realized shortly after that I still had those damn things. I'm like, well, almost completely LED. Of course, ATOTO is giving you guys a discount if you'd like this monstrosity of a radio that we installed in the Silverado today, or any of their other products. They have smaller screens too if you don't want to fit a big old 12-incher in there. Pause, or that's what she said. Anyhow, check the links in the description down below for the promotional code. If it's not there, it's because I'm still waiting on them to email me the code, but check back later and it'll be there. Or shoot me a message on social media. I'll get it to you. I love you guys. Thanks for the support.